Well, before you ask me any questions, we're in the middle of phase 3. Now we finally got ourselves a chance where we're working offense, defense, and it's taken us some time to get to this point. We've made a lot of good strides, but now it's obvious how important it is that we work against one another. The way we practice will make us, and so we're off to a really good start. The guys are having fun, we're working hard, and we're learning a bunch every day.
Speaking of the way you practice, you talked about your year off, how much football you took in and took in new ideas. Does that kind of reflect? Are you doing anything different philosophically, practice-wise, or is this picking up where you left off?
There are subtle things that we're doing. That we're changing some of the formats and how we break down the periods and the breaks that we're taking, and some of those things. It's way more subtle than obvious to you, but there's a lot of things, and it has to do with how we're organizing practice to a certain degree.
Coach, where's Kristen Wilkins at in his recovery process?
Yeah, this has been a difficult recovery, and he's done everything he needs to do. He's been here every day. He's here early, working hard, but we're still working it, and he's not ready to get back out. And we're in the midst of a long, challenging process here. So, fortunately, there's a lot of time, and we're going to take every bit of it. We've really tried to be really diligent about the way we've worked it and the way we've monitored it and all of that. And he's been on board the whole time. So, but it has been challenging.
You enjoying the Vegas heat? What do you think?
I didn't think this was hot yet. Yeah, okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so I'm not complaining about the heat at all. No.
There seems to be a lot of energy with this group. How do you instill that in this group, and how does that help kind of create a camaraderie?
They've been challenged from the moment we got here about that we control the attitude, we control the what we bring every day, and so in that challenge, if you want to be really good, you got to work your tail off, and you got to bring your energy and bring your juice, and in that's the way they have opportunities to express what kind of a teammate they are, and so they've been called on, and so you can see the result of it. They're really working with the kind of fire and energy that we expect.
How did Maxx look to you?
Max looks great. He's going full speed, 100%.
Pete, you see we see you out there being hands-on with your players, helping guys up, encouraging them, and just being hands-on with the guys. Is some of that attributed to you learning under Bill Walsh, and just how important it is that to you to be hands-on with these guys in practice?
Yeah, I really wouldn't attribute that to Coach Walsh necessarily. I think that's more guys that got me earlier than that, before that. But I feel like I've got to help pull everything I can from them every step of the way, every play that they take. And so whatever I can do to try to add to that, I'm trying. I don't always add to it. Sometimes I get in the way too. So I've got to do a good judicious job of pushing them, challenging them, pointing out the stuff that we need to get better at, and all of that on an ongoing basis. And I'm trying to show our coaches how we coach, and what's expected of them. So there's a lot going on there.
Coach, anyone in particular stand out to you today, or any position groups?
The defense in general, the coverage group did a really nice job today. We stepped a couple things up from Monday, and it showed. They saw some things. The offense saw some things they hadn't seen on Monday, and so it was a little bit more difficult for them. But it was good to see us make the plays, and in the hard lessons when for the offense when the defense is getting the ball, but it is all about the football for us, and the defense kind of hawking it today was emblematic of this day, and so. That was good stuff.
Coach, what do you feel about Ashton Gentie's development so far for rookie running backs? There's that learning curve with pass blocking and catching.
I really like that stance he's in, I feel like he's doing great. He really is. He's right on point with everything that we're doing. He's studying really hard. He's been really diligent about all aspects. There's nothing that he doesn't find important. He's going to work hard on his pass protection, his third down type of work, see if he can contribute in that kind of a role as well. So we're not holding anything back on him. He's getting a lot of plays. Yeah, I think he had the most plays for a running back yet on Monday. I don't know what the number was today, but it's there. So he's getting a lot of turns.
How cool is it for you to continue seeing Geno, come over here and, try to integrate himself into another locker room and make himself a leader here?
Yeah, I really feel so fortunate that we were able to get that done. John, got it done. John Spytek got it done for us because of all that he brings. He's to me, he's been emblematic of what a leader should be by his habits and by the way he brings himself every day. He's the first guy out here. He's the last guy to leave. It's really important to him that he stands for what leadership is all about. And he's a good football player too. He's looked great in practice so far. So we're really excited about what he's bringing.
Brock Bowers had such a good year last year. How do you take that next step? How does he take that next step?
Did you see the catch he made today? When the ball got tipped and they called it, they waved it off. We had to go up top and they gave him the catch. Yeah, they gave him the catch. Yeah, the commissioner stepped in and gave him the catch on that one. Say it again.
How does he take the next step in the development, especially after a year last year?
He has shown already. He's only been here 2 weeks because he was graduating, finished his coursework. Hats off to him for getting that done. From the moment he stepped on the field, he did everything you could possibly ask of him. His study habits, his work habits, his focus on a regular basis. He's making the catches and the plays. Gino already knows who's out there. He knows where 89 is, and he's found him a ton of times already. And he just makes himself so available. It's like what you saw last year. On a team that was struggling, he still just continued to show really positive and good attributes, and he's doing it from this point forward. So he's a big part of the offense for sure. Chip knows he's out there too.
Talked about the defense kind of fighting back a little bit, showing something today. Is this what you're talking about with competition? You just like to see this battle?
Absolutely.
Kind of
Hopefully it goes back and forth all the time. Today was the defense's day. The other day, the offense kind of won the day. So that's kind of how we expect it to go. If you notice, the last 5, we're working the rookies against the rookies, and see who wins those last 5 plays. So it is part of the mentality that we've got to find ways to always keep emphasizing that we're about competing, and so it's working out okay.
You mentioned the secondary making plays. What goes into teaching them how to pick their spots when it comes to being aggressive and trying to make plays with the ball?
Well, I don't know that it's I would see it like that. They have to be in the right place, and they have to evaluate the concept of the call as it fits to the route concept, and then they've got to make the proper adjustments that gives them a chance. Then from there, then they make the plays, So today we made it harder on the offense. We mixed some things in there today that we were hoping would be challenging for them, and they were. You give Chip one more day, and it's going to be hard tomorrow. He'll bring it right back at us. So, but it's really the confidence that they gain from and knowing that they know what they're supposed to do, what's expected of them, and then trusting that the guys around them are doing the same thing. That's what allows guys to think freely and to be confident to make the plays and break on the ball and think that I'm going to get this ball. I'm not just going to defend the play. And so we're trying to instill that mentality. And fortunately, we have some guys that really bring it. Jeremy Chin has really shown a lot already in leadership, and then Roberts has already given us a real surge in the kind of confidence that you can spread to the rest of the players. E. Stokes has done a nice job too. He's jumped right up at the corner spot. So we're getting a lot of really good positive things from guys that have been there before and been on some good teams and done some good winning and all that, and they're helping the other guys.
I'm not sure how hands-on you are with Gino out here, but how do you think you and him have really just picked up where you left off from Seattle?
We ain't getting along at all. I mean, it's been a natural transition. From the time we first contacted him and let him know that we were in on this deal and we were trying to see if we could make some sense of it, we were both excited about it, and so I feel really like we're connected at the hip, and we have so much background. I mean, it's not just the couple seasons that he played; it's all of the years that he was there. Because to me, coaching the next quarterback up is really, really crucial, and so we spent a lot of time, in communicating and setting our priorities straight and staying on course. And he's just been a champion at that. And now he comes out the other end of that time frame, and he's an elite quarterback in the league. And so what he brings to us is great confidence. He brings to me, I know that we're going to get great play out of his spot. So it's really easy to work that out.
We got time for 2 more.
Coach, the league decided to keep the trip push in today. You guys do have the Eagles on the schedule. I guess your thoughts on the rule in general and playing them this year.
Yeah, good choice. It's a good choice. Good choice to do that.
Thank you.
Coach, how much of this process right now is about creating good habits for the players while they're out here?
That's everything. No, that's what this game is about. The game is about working hard enough so that you develop the skills that it takes, so that when it comes to game day, comes to whatever the situation that you're facing, you have what it takes to get it done, and you know that you do, because you've established that confidence that comes through the good habits. So, like on the first day out, when we went offense versus defense on Monday, we were a little shabby at some stuff, and the technique stuff that was really clean going into that time frame wasn't quite as sharp as it had been. That's because all of a sudden it was a lot faster, and the guys were a lot better than offense going against the offense and defense going against the defense. And so that's the illustration of why we need our habits to be right. So it doesn't matter who we play or where it is, or Monday night or Thursday night or Sunday afternoon. It doesn't matter where we're going or where we're playing. We can bring those habits to life in game time. That's really what my challenge is to make this whole team play like that.
What's your preseason philosophy when it comes to the use of the players? Can fans expect the ones and the twos out there?
Every game's a championship game. That's the only way we know how to look at it.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Sorry we don't have video of your catch out there, but tell us about it. Coach, you're pretty proud of a catch you made.
Oh yeah.
Called off though.
It got tipped, and I thought I scooped it off the ground, but the ref he said I didn't. So I don't know. Never know.
Well, Brock, you got here a little bit late because you got your degree and you stepped into this new Pete Carroll culture. What have you made of it so far?
No, it's been awesome. Just the energy in the team meetings and the energy out of practice. It's been pretty fun.
Why was it so important for you finishing your degree, going back to school, and completing your process over there?
Yeah, I think it was just being able to finish what I started over there, and I knew after this year it'd be really tough to go back. And also my parents kind of wanted me to go and finish it up too. That was part of it.
Now that you got some time to work with Gino, what are some of the things you like about his game?
Yeah, no, he throws a really good ball, and he seems super smart. So I've really enjoyed getting to know him a little bit and playing with him out there.
Going back to the degree, what did it actually feel like, kind of walking across the stage and being a part of that?
It was cool. It was cool. Just being able to get it done and know that I kind of never really have to go back to school again. It's kind of nice. I never have to do a test for school ever again if I don't want to. So, no, it was for sure pretty nice.
Where do you see the next step in your development, especially after the year you had last year? Like, how do you now make that next step, especially after that kind of year?
Yeah, I think something that I kind of focus on is I still feel like I'm losing some reps. Obviously, you're going to lose some because it's professional football and everyone's really good. So I just kind of want to. Out there, just try to win every single rep that I can, and really try to push myself to be the best I can every rep.
Brock, to that point, when you went back, maybe looked at your tape and reflected on the year, was there any key things you saw from the tape that you wanted to get better at in year two? Or?
Yeah, gosh, it's hard to say. There's some like little things, and I don't know, just a lot. I feel like I can improve upon just a lot.
What do you think about Chip Kelly's offense so far?
Yeah, I really like it. He's been really great and really dialing up. So I've enjoyed it.
What are your first impressions of Ashton Jency?
He's a beast. He's a beast. He's out there. He's quick. He's fast. He's rocked up. He's thick. So he's pretty good.
What was your degree in? What do you hope to do with it?
Business real estate. I'm not sure yet. I just want to get it done. We'll see.
Buy property and
yeah.
resell it for more.
That's right.
Brock, it's been said that there's a lot of positive vibes, a lot of good feelings in the building right now. I know you got here a little late, but how would you say the feeling is around?
Yeah, that's definitely how it is. Like I said, the energy in the team meetings and everything like that. Everyone just is really getting into it. And I feel like we're building a pretty good culture.
Brock, Coach just talked about the importance of building good habits this time of year. For you, what are those habits?
Yeah, I'd say just, like I said, attack every single rep and really focusing on, it doesn't matter how tired you are, just keep trying to push yourself as hard as you can and just keep trying to win every single rep because that's just a goal when you're out here.
Sorry, about the energy and everything and how that's helping build the team and what kind of camaraderie you guys are going to have as you go into the season. How have you felt so far about that energy that Coach brings?
Yeah, no, he's been, I was going to say for being a little older for a coach, he's been just on fire, just lighting everybody up and really bringing the energy. So it's been really cool to see. I didn't really know what to expect coming back a little late, but I heard really good things. And then coming back, obviously, it's been awesome.
How does that help build that team camaraderie?
Yeah, everyone's getting juiced up together, and everyone's kind of, you get to know people a little bit better when, stuff like you guys are all enjoying yourselves and having a good time. So it's definitely good.
Brock, when you talk about winning every rep, it sounds a lot like 98. And now he talks, Max said the same thing since he's been here. Like, have you kind of learned that from him or, like, taken anything from him in terms of that regard of every single day, winning every single thing you do?
Yeah, that's kind of how I've kind of always approached practice is like that, but also like seeing him out here and doing his thing. He's finishing 50 yards every single time, and like I said, trying to win every single rep, and he does a really good job doing that.
What are you proudest of, Brock, if you had to rank it, your degree or your rookie season, and what do you think your parents are proudest of if you had to rank them 1 and 2?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's tough. I'd say, I'd probably say like football. I'd probably be more proud of my football stuff. But my parents, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say.
All set? Cool.
Thanks, Brock.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Where are you just now in your recovery, and what's this process been like for you?
Just recovering, running around a little bit, starting to get back into football, so it's feeling great.
How difficult was last year?
It was difficult physically, emotionally, mentally. It was difficult all around, but got to overcome it. So.
When do you think you're going to get back to full practices?
Soon. I should be good soon.
Malcolm, did going through this with the injury last year serve as any extra motivation heading into this season?
Definitely. I want to get back to where I was last year. Don't kind of want to like miss a step or like lag behind. So definitely.
Malcolm, you mentioned on Max's podcast that you felt like you let your teammates down, not purposely obviously, but due to injury, and you saw game plans where you said that would be me, that would be me. How did you get through that with your mind and then kind of reshuffle it and get ready for this year?
I think just kind of like getting over it, I guess, because like it's not the end of my career. So like just knowing that I'm gonna have another opportunity and just trying to make the best of that whenever it comes. So.
Why was it so important to you to return to the Raiders despite testing the free agent market for the first time?
Because I love it here. I love the guys here. I love Robbie. I love the D-line room. I love everything that's going on over here. So that's one reason.
Patrick Graham continuing?
Yeah,
was he a
Patrick
big part?
Graham, PG, yeah. So definitely all that stuff.
Describe the energy in the building. What's been different?
It feels more lively. There's a whole bunch of new stuff. So I feel like Pete, he's trying to keep us on our toes and like change things around. So I'm feeling good.
When you think about what happened last season, because it's not just you, it was Maxx and Christian that also had injuries. What was it like kind of going through that process with them, and how much of a chip does it put on all you guys' shoulder to really collectively show this is what we could have been?
I think it all sucks for all of us. Like all of us, we in the training room, seeing games and seeing bad things play out and stuff like that. So I feel like for us, it was just like, I don't know, like it was just a sucky situation. Like it just didn't feel good for anybody. So.
Despite the change in the coaching regime, you did mention that you got PG still and also Rob Leonard. So what has that meant to you just as you kind of come back, that you're able to build again with the same coaches that you did have?
It definitely feels great. It feels great to like comfortability level, like you're being around like coaches or guys that know you, know your strong suits and know like how to use you and stuff. So that's one reason why I came back. So yeah.
Was it a process for you to get to this point mentally? I mean, you said it was a battle last year. I mean, did you have to figure something out? Was there somebody you talked to that got you to a point where you could be over and ready to move on?
Yeah, it was a process, but like I knew I was gonna get healthy eventually. I'm gonna start running. I'm gonna be playing football soon. So like it wasn't like I don't know, like I was down in the dumps. Like I knew eventually it was gonna everything's gonna blow over. So
how tough was it to watch games?
It was pretty tough. It was definitely tough being in the building, seeing the guys, knowing like you can't really like help. So I mean, you can be there for like moral support, but not physically help. So that definitely sucked. But yeah.
D-line unit is very united. You see that group go together. How cool was it seeing Jonah Laulu receive those kind of opportunities and take advantage of them?
Oh, it's dope. It's dope watching him ball. I think he's a great player. He's a great guy. So definitely watching him grow and stuff like that was amazing. And he's still growing. So yeah.
Is there anything else you've learned about yourself throughout the recovery process? Is there like any hobbies you picked up while you're...
No, not really. Just watching more football. That's pretty much it. Watching sports in general more. That's pretty much it. But yeah.
All good, guys.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Thank you.
First day of OTAs. What do you think?
It's amazing. We're having a lot of fun. It's been, how many weeks is it? I don't know. 6 weeks now? Yeah, 6 weeks in, just getting around the guys, being around Coach Carroll. A lot of new coaches, a lot of new faces, but it's been incredible. It's a breath of fresh air. We've been having so much fun and getting better every single day and working our ass off. It's been a hell of a journey so far.
What's different or stands out about the way Pete runs practice as compared to all the coaches you've had in the past?
Yeah, no, it's not about what we did in the past. It's about what we're doing now. And Coach Carroll has been amazing. He's hilarious. He loves the game of football. He's obsessed with it. He makes it fun, makes it enjoyable every day you show up in the building, and that's all you can ask for. He's a legendary coach. The resume speaks for itself, and just trying to learn as much as I possibly can from him.
What have you thought of Ashton Jetty?
Oh, it's been awesome. Ashton's a great kid. I've been able to know him, before he got drafted here. We do we have some of the similar people around us. Shout out to Rubicon, all my guys over there. But yeah, he's a great kid, humble kid. I think just the fact that a kid like him could have went anywhere in the country and then decided to stay at Boise State and go out there and have the best career, best year running back I think he's arguably ever had. It just shows the testament to the type of person he is. So it's been awesome. It's only been a couple weeks with him, but love the kid. He's a hell of a worker, hell of a player, and it's excited to be teammates with him.
You talk about going hard every rep your whole career.
Of course.
Do you see that? We just asked Brock Bowers. Do you see that in a kid like that in terms of trying to make the next step after what he did last year?
I mean, it's just tough. He's only been here a couple weeks. It's unfair to him to make that type of judgment.
I think you're talking with Brock.
What are you talking about? You talking about Brock? Oh, you talking about Brock? Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about Ashton. So, yeah, you know, like Brock, like he came in the league and made it very, you know, made his claim very loud and clear. You know, he's unbelievable player. He can do everything on the field. He's dynamic, super humble kid, and he's got, you know, more to grow. You know, he's got a lot of room to do it. You know, you can do it for 1 year, but it's what are you going to do the next year? And that's, you know, he's that type of person. You know, Brock is never somebody you have to worry about if he's going to show up on time or if he's going to work hard. He's just a humble football guy to the core. So more guys you have like that on the team, the better chance you got of winning. So, yeah, I got nothing but good things to say about Brock and, you know, him getting his degree as well. It's a really cool accomplishment, something I, you know, plan on doing here soon too.
Max, there's a noticeable different level of energy on the field, especially with Pete Carroll, the way he runs things. What can you say to that energy and how it kind of fuels the guys?
It's just awesome. You know, every day is like, you know, we talk about competition, and that's real. You know, everything we do, we're competing, no matter if it's in the meetings, no matter if it's in the individual meetings, no matter if we're in the weight room. Like, it's truly a competition in everything we do, but we're having fun with it, and it's about winning. Like, if you're a competitor truly to the core, like, this is exactly where you want to be. And I know, you know, I feel like I'm the best, you know, the top competitor in the world at what I do. You know what I mean? So I love it, and that energy keeps me fueled at all times. And Pete is constantly testing me. He's testing other guys on the team, and he just wants to see guys be the best versions of themselves. And he's true to that. It's not fake energy. You know, it's every day. He's the same guy, and it's not just him. It's the assistant coaches, the whole building. It just feels different, and it's definitely been amazing.
Max, what was it like getting Malcolm back after he wasn't able to compete last year?
I'm so excited. You know, Malcolm's, you know, on his way back from the rehab, and like I said before, like Malcolm is literally one of the best teammates I've ever had. He's a great kid. He's all about ball. He loves football, and he's a worker. You know what I mean? You don't have to, he's another guy. Like, you know, he reminds me of Brock in that way. Like, he's not gonna, you know, talk your ear off. He's a quiet kid, super humble. You know, came from nothing, and just shows up to work every day with the mindset to get better and just constantly asking questions. So more guys you got like Malcolm Koonce, like I said, again, like you're going to have a chance. So I miss him. Like I said, he's the best running mate I've ever had, and I can't wait for him to be back on the field with me.
What are your first thoughts?
The defense did today, phase 3.
It was amazing. You know, it was a great day. You know, we're constantly emphasizing taking the ball away, and we did that last couple of days. So it's been a lot of fun. It's like you said, like that energy is contagious. Football, you could have all the X's and O's. You could be the smartest guy on the planet, but when it really comes down to it, when it's really nut cutting time, like it's truly who's going to execute better and who's willing to go farther. And that's what I preach to my guys. I know that's what they're preaching on the team. Like, by week 10, week 12, everyone knows exactly what the hell you like to run. Everyone knows what plays you like to run, what scheme you're running. It's about who's willing to really sacrifice and go to that length. And that's why I feel like, you know, the cream always rises to the top. That's what people, you know, it sounds cliche, but it's real. Like, there's a reason why, you know, guys come out the gate looking amazing and then all of a sudden you don't hear their name again. It's the guys that do it every single day that, you know, over the course of a season, by the, you know, week 17, week 18, and then playoffs, it's the same guys being, you know, putting those on those pedestals, you know. And so if you have a team, a collective of guys that are constantly pushing themselves to that level, not just offensively but defensively too, like, you know, Gino is a great leader. You know, you got a guy like Genty coming in. You know, Jacoby Myers is a prime example. The dude is he's always working, and you know, you have a bunch of dogs on the field that are willing to go to the farthest length to win. You're gonna have a chance.
What does it mean to you get back out here after the injury?
It's amazing. You know, it's been truly, I mean, I feel like a little kid out there. You know what I mean? I miss it. The rehab started in December. I didn't have an off season. You know what I mean? I've been here the whole time. It's been 5 months of hardcore training, rehabbing every single day, and sacrificing even more. How can I go to an even higher level? You know, last year was a definitely one of the hardest years of my life in general. So many things going on, battling injuries, not being able to be myself. At times I felt like, you know, just there's no excuses. It's tough. It's part of the game, and that's what comes with it. And that's the first time in my career I felt like, you know, it's like, and I'm week 2 and I'm on a, you know, pop, you know, tire, and it's just like I'm doing everything in my power to try to go out there and help my teammates. And at times I feel like I couldn't, you know, it just wasn't the same. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. I look at it, you know, I feel like I'm gonna look back years from now and it's gonna all make sense. And it's just been incredible, you know, being out there with my teammates, being able to just fully be myself, not hesitate on any type of cut and just cut it loose. it's the best feeling on the planet. You know what I mean? I'm having so much fun out here. Just being 100% and no hesitation. It's the greatest feeling on the planet. You know what I mean? Football is my life. You know what I mean? I give everything to it. So, yeah, being out here and just being healthy and running around and feeling the energy and being a part of setting that standard. That's what I'm all about.
Max, what are your first thoughts? What are your first thoughts? Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
Max, you've seen some different new eras with the Raiders. Obviously, three coaching regimes in 3 years. Maybe so far, what can you identify that just feels different right now?
I would just say, like, it's just I don't know. It's like it starts when you walk in the building, and I just feel like Pete just does such a good job of creating a culture and an environment where you're like looking forward to being here. You know what I mean? You should. Like, we're playing the kids' game at the end of the day, but it's also the most competitive environment with a bunch of alpha males trying to take each other's heads off, like, at the same time. But it's one of the hardest jobs on the planet. You know what I mean? There's a reason why there's only a 0.0001% of people that can do it, because it's not normal. And Pete creates that culture, that energy where, everyone knows it's hard. You're going to work your ass off. You're going to put in all the work, but you got a whole group and organization of people that all got to be on the same wavelength and going in the same direction. That's one of the hardest things you could do. That's why there's only 32 of the head coaching jobs in the world. But I think Pete just does an incredible job with that. It just makes it fun and enjoyable every day. You wake up in the morning, it's 5 a.m., and I'm fired up and excited to be in the building and get after it with the guys.
Two more guys.
What's your first couple of chances to be out there with the rookie D linemen like Tonka, JJ, Josh Joyner? What are your first initial thoughts on them?
Yeah, they've been awesome. Honestly, just attention to detail. I think with rookies, you don't want rookies coming in thinking they got all the answers. You come in, you stay humble, be quiet, and just get to work. And I could say that truly about all those guys. Like, they're not in there, acting an ass or doing anything out of pocket. They're just coming in and showing up and working and putting their body on the line and flying around and individual and doing everything they're asked. So that's all you can ask for. Truly, like, those guys have been really, really awesome additions, and they have a ton of talent. I think they're going to help our team win. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. And I think those guys are coming in with the right attitude, and they're off to a great start.
Just what are your thoughts on the league not banning the tush push?
The tush push, I mean, it is what it is. I have no comment, to be honest. I could care less.
Yeah, the league also decided players can play in the Olympics. Any chance you want to throw your hat in that ring, and what do you think about NFL players going?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I definitely would love to play, but it just depends on when that is or what the time frame is. But yeah, hell yeah. Go out there, represent America, go get a gold medal. I mean, we would smoke everybody. So I think it would be a hell of a time, and I would be with it. Oh, yeah, well, then never mind. So never mind. I'm all good. I appreciate you guys.